Hey subscribers, hey visitors. This came in the mail. It's from Banggood. It's going to be the Realacc X210 Pro version, which they're saying is 3K carbon fiber for FPV racing, 4mm frame, and it has an LED light board and a PDB. So let's see what all comes in this package. Someone had said that it doesn't come with the battery, that bottom battery plate. So we'll see right now if it comes with the bottom battery plate or not. Looks like somebody sat on the box a couple dozen times. And it does come with the bottom battery plate, and it's a little bit different design bottom battery plate. I'll take it out here. Well, I'll show you this first. Here's the LED light strip it comes with, and it's going to mount in there like this. I will do a really quick assembly here of it, just so you can see how it all goes together. And Maytech, which is a good PDB. So I believe they have their own branded, they have their own branded strap now. It comes with their own branded strap, real ACC printed on it. The standoffs are kind of dog bone looking. This one's really hard for anybody to screw up with assembly, because the dog bone ones that have a little bit of knurling just on the ends, those are for the separating the top plate and the bottom plate. The littler ones that are knurled the whole way, these are going to be for the camera mount. So that's really hard for anybody to screw that up. It does come with little plastic nylon standoffs for the PDB, and it looks like pretty short hardware. We'll see. I usually don't use any of this. I usually just go to the hardware store and get like 12mm M3 screws. And wow, that carbon fiber definitely looks different than the other carbon fiber. You can tell there's a lot more stranding and the pattern is tighter. So it's definitely a lot better carbon fiber than the regular X210. The Pro version is way better. And then on the bottom on this one, there's a hole that isn't on the other one. There's no hole on the bottom of this one. But yeah, it all looks really nice. It does have some sharp edging, and I can see that this one pocket right here needs to be cleaned. It had a whole bunch of milling dust in it. So I'll probably take and do, yeah, even when you look at the edge here, you can see it's not big, thick layers. It's really fine carbon fiber. Yeah, this frame needs to definitely be cleaned. It's got milling boogers, and you can see it's just milling dust. So I'll have to take and go through and clean up the frame. For how much it is, it's a really good deal. It would be nice if all the edges were chamfered, rounded over, but it's not really all that much to do. I mean, you just have a little bit around here. Make sure you do your battery strap area. Get this nice and rounded over and smooth, so when you feed your battery strap in, and round the outside edges off, and do the same thing on the plate. Round these edges off here and here. It is a full 4mm. Battery plate is 1.5. Top plate is 2. Okay, when you're putting this together, these two side cheeks for the camera, they go in a little bit tough. That notch right there goes on the back side. It does not go all the way into that groove right there. That groove is for the adjuster plate to stick down through there. I'll show you in a second. So just put that in there like that, and I'll show you the top view. You gotta kind of wiggle it a little bit to get it in flush and lined up like that. You can see that it lines up right along there, and you can see the hole right here is left open, and that's so a little side piece here You can see if I put a screw through here, you can see that it's gonna be able to go all the way down through the edge of the frame right there. That's why they leave that little gap there, that hole right there, so this can go through there. Put the back notch in, slide it in a little ways, front notch, just like that, so that fits all nice and everything. That can stay there, it'll hold itself together as long as you don't bump it. They don't go through very far. 3.5 millimeters through the plate. That doesn't make me feel comfortable. I am gonna use different screws. I have 12 millimeter screws. The screws that come in the pack, the longest one's 6 millimeter screws, and I'm just not comfortable with that tiny little bit holding. And to screw on your standoffs. It's a really nice frame. If you can get by the having to clean it up thing. I mean, there's a reason it's not $75, because it does need to be cleaned up a bit. It's not perfectly machined or anything. We'll see what the motor holes are like here in a minute. As soon as I get this done, then I'll move on to, I'll check the alignment of the motor holes, see how those work out. And then this little back plate here goes on like that, and the writing is right above the dip switch there. There's a 3-position dip switch on the board, and there's a power and a ground right there, and it says 5 volts right there. So it's a 5-volt LED. Okay. And then now this little cross piece goes in between the two of these, just like that. And it goes between there like that. There's a lot of space between there, a gap between that. With all the space between here, you see how there's a lot of space between there. I don't really like that, so I'm gonna get some nylon washers, and I'm gonna stick nylon washers between here. Sorry, get a pointer. Well, let's see if I can get a good tip on this. The lighting kind of is bad here, sorry. You can see that gap right there on the other side, right there, and that standoff right there. So I'm gonna buy some nylon washers. Because yeah, there's a lot of pressure on it right now, and it's not even close to being tightened down. There's like, I split the difference, there's a 0.5 millimeter on both sides, but this is so you can get your camera tilt in. I like this a lot better than the original one. The original one, I snapped this plate off right away. So it's nice that there's 2 standoffs here. So your strap will go right around there and then around your camera. The original has those little things on the backside. This one doesn't. It's just nice, and it's got a little bit of a bump there. And on the front it's got that indentation there like the original one does. But yeah, like I said, the carbon fiber is definitely a lot better quality. Like a lot. It's definitely worth the few extra bucks to pay for this one, and then you get the adjustable camera angle. The same with your FPV cam. And then the LEDs mounted in the back. Well, see what the motor holes look like now. I got these red bottoms. Yeah, I'll grab a set of 5mm. 5mm screws will work good if you're using the red bottoms. It holds a little bit kind of tight. I mean, if you open them up a little bit, it'd be okay. Or the two screws, when I put the two screws in, this one and this one, they went in fine, or that one and that one. If you put all four in, the hole could use a little bit of filing, but it doesn't seem that bad. We'll see what the rest of them are like here. Yeah, the holes are going to need filing to get them to fit. If you're going to put all four screws in, you're definitely going to want to file the holes out a little bit. This one needs to be filed so the motor can slide back a little bit. That's going to be the number one motor. Needs a little bit of help. That one's a good one. I'm not going to use this board, but if I did, I like to use screws when I do mine. I'll take and I'll put the screw through, and I will put a nut on, a nylon nut on the screw. So I'll have like 12mm. So then you can put that through, then you can put the nut on the top, and then your PDB will be the width of a nut off the frame, and then you can screw your standoff on there like that. Your frame will be right there, and then on top of that, then I just put my flight board next, and then just screw a nut on top. So you'll have a really thin little stack. So much cooler than the regular one. There's the two. I really like the newer style one better. It's a little bit wider through here, a little more rounded and profiled through here, and obviously you're not going to get the breakout. Well, how I broke out that whole top plate right there, just gone, busted the carbon fiber right off. So this one's definitely a lot cooler looking. This profile on the front here is different than the original one. The original one just has a little bit of a dip, and it's kind of doesn't look all that cool. This one's got a lot nicer radius in here, and it's got more meat between the standoff right here and this outside edge. There's a lot more carbon fiber right here, but it does look like all the stuff that I have on this one with that FlySky receiver would fit in there. Looks like it might be a little bit taller. Let's see, 35. Yeah, it is taller. This is only 30mm on the original one, 30.5 center to center on your holes, 211mm, 147, 151, so it's not an exact X. 150, 150. Yeah, the original one is a true X. The Pro isn't a true X. A little bit more squished in. I definitely like the looks of the frame better than the other one. You get a little bit higher, a little bit more room. You get 5 millimeters more room in here, which is nice when you're building it. So just like that. And this one has that batter plate on this one is actually bigger too. A lot bigger this plate is. These little bumper pads, you could probably put them right here on all 4 corners. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. Help me out so I can get some more content on my channel here. Have a great day.